My first question is what year were you born?
I was born in 1986.
Okay. And were you born in Taiwan or did you move there later on in your childhood?
I was born in Taiwan, Taipei.
Okay. So that's the capital, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Um, so what would you like if you can remember it, what would be like your first memory of your childhood?
But uh,
Just the
like,
earliest that you can remember.
well, we didn't have um too many choices about like social media.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Yeah, and I think we spend more time playing in the park. Yeah, it's more like an outdoor stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Less air pollution. Yeah,
And probably
yeah,
miss.
because I didn't live in like the center of the city.
Hmm.
I actually like my parents' place is located in kind of a rural area.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's still very convenient because Taiwan is not like a big place.
Yeah.
Just that like it's just not so many people. It's not super crowded, and
Hmm.
then we kind of like knew each other. Like I knew most of my neighbors, so
Mm.
I like that. Yeah,
And
and
were
now it's
you,
kind of like changed.
yeah,
Sorry, I didn't get it.
okay. Were you close with your neighbors? Like, was it like a close-knit neighborhood?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. hmm Yeah, I lived in the apartment and then we got like 12 levels and I pretty much like my mom, not me, because I was, little and my mom pretty much knew everybody.
Hmm.
Yeah, so whenever like, because we use the elevator, right? So every time like I go out, I went out or I came home and always have to say, oh, hello, because we kind of like, yeah, know everyone or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like always like greeting
It
everywhere.
must get tiring though.
Yeah. So like I refuse to like, go out like, just to throw away the trash. It's like I don't
Yeah.
want to talk to them. I have nothing to talk about. They always ask me the same question. Hey, where do you study? Or where do you want to work? Just always the same questions.
Yeah.
And then I answered, the same, I gave them the same answers and they just kept asking. It's like, well, do they really care?
Like, are they just being formal and
Oh
just
yeah.
asking? Yeah, that must be tiring.
Yeah, right. Mm.
And so how was your relationship like with your parents?
My dad, he passed away like a couple years ago. Well, I'm very close to my mom.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then yeah, so yeah, I'm just we're just very close. And then I remember I told you I have a kid,
Yeah.
and then she even offered to take care of my boy.
Oh, okay.
And she's really nice. Yeah. Mm.
And uh, what are you like? What are some memories you're fond of with your mother, like during childhood?
My sister, she's like younger than me for almost 10 years. So
Mhm.
which means like I had my mom, just only, my mom,
Yeah.
my, for about like, 9 years. I would
Yeah.
say like not 10 years, but 9 years
Mhm.
mostly. So it's like, cause my dad, he had to work a lot.
Yeah.
Pretty much just like, my mom took me everywhere and anywhere. I think that's how, like, that's why, like, we form such like close,
Mhm.
intimacy. Yeah, I would say, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And So what kind of values would you say that your parents instilled in you as a child?
Mm, I think it just like I mentioned before, like my mom kind of knew everybody, like it just our neighborhood. I think she showed me how to um be nice to others.
Mhm.
Yeah, just like you don't have to do much, but if you be nice to other people, and then people remember.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that's just something really little, but it's just not very easy to do it like in reality.
Yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
Um, so you mentioned having a sister. What was your relationship like with your sister?
Mm, um, because like I'm just a lot older,
Mhm. Yeah.
just so like we actually we weren't that close, after she was born and I was kind of like teenager.
Yeah.
And then we had like, so many, gaps for
Mhm.
our age differences, like age different. So now we are very close. But before, like she didn't understand me, and I didn't really get her.
Mhm.
Yeah, because we're just like, just like so many years apart, right?
Yeah.
But now, like I, sometimes I just think like I'm not even like her sister, but
Mm.
also it's like her mom, kind of like a mentor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I expect myself to do better so
Mhm.
I can teach her. Yeah.
Sweet.
Well, it sounds like I'm just some kind of a saint.
Well, I'm sure to her you are. Yeah. Um, and so what did your parents do for a living?
mm, my my dad, he used to work for the government.
Mhm.
Yeah, but he also had like a part time as a like taxi driver. So he worked very, very hard to support the family. And my mom, and she just, put all her effort on taking care of me and my sister.
Mhm.
Hmm.
And so I guess since your dad was working so much, how was that relationship like?
I, I, I didn't get to see him much.
Mm.
Yes, because he worked a lot, right?
Yeah.
Um, I guess like it caused a problem or like I would say misunderstandings
Mm.
between me and him, and yeah, so we didn't have much to talk about.
Mm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's very unfortunate, but it's
Mhm.
just what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. And what languages did you speak at home, if more than one?
Mm. Oh, just one.
One? Yeah, me too.
My dad, like he tried to teach me, Taiwanese dialect,
Hmm.
mm, and it didn't work.
Yeah. Well, learning another language is hard, so
Mm.
especially
Right.
when you don't want to.
Well, yeah, because like not many people in Taipei we speak, Taiwanese dialect.
Hmm.
But like in other cities, I'm sure that just their language at home, but not in Taipei though. Yeah.
Mm.
Hmm.
Was there like a stigma around it, or was it just not common?
Well, I think it's very common, and then just they even have TV shows and stuff in Taiwanese like
Mhm.
dialect. It's just like I didn't learn it,
Yeah.
and so I just couldn't like really speak to anyone in the language, and then well, yeah, and then like for elderlies, like they speak, Taiwanese, like, dialogue mostly. And then if they need to have a conversation with them, they change to Mandarin. So that's how bad like my
Yeah.
Taiwanese dialect is. Yeah, they change for me.
Mm. Oh my gosh. Um, and so what was like a normal day in your life as like a 10-year-old or just like during your childhood?
Mm.
A big
um,
question.
yeah, it is because I'm trying to like, catch my those memory back.
Mhm.
Um, I think um I didn't really like my like primary school time. Well, not all the time, but just like when I was 10, and I got like a teacher, and she wasn't very nice to
Mhm.
me and other students. Like she only liked some of her students.
Mm. So you were a
Yes,
favorite.
yeah, I just didn't really like that time.
Uh,
Mm. Yeah, and then like just she just like if you couldn't answer like the questions she asked you, and she'll just like kind of making fun of you in front of everybody else.
mm,
Yeah, I was pretty upset. I think other classmates they felt the same too. Because
mm,
like I think when I grew up and then just we had a reunion and then
mm.
we talked about it, and then it's like, yeah, I don't like her. She's so evil. And then,
Mm.
oh, yeah, the only one, not only one thing, but I still remember like she only me like, $10 or something. Yeah, that's a pretty crazy memory, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, all I remembered about her was like she's mean and she owed me some money. Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
And then and also like that was the time my sister was born.
oh, okay.
Yeah, so I did feel quite alone
Hmm.
because my mom had to take care of her.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then yeah, I don't think year 10 was my year.
And could you describe your childhood or your education in Taiwan?
I mean, like since when and
Um,
until what time?
well, you can, I guess, like primary school, like you were talking about, or further on in your childhood. Like, I don't know the term for it, but like high school or,
Oh, oh, you mean like our educational
yeah.
system or how I feel about study or being a student?
Um, I guess we can start with how you felt about studying.
Mm, well, for like elementary school, I mean primary school, and then it was fine. I didn't get like too much pressure about that, because I kind of knew like which junior high school, I would say junior high school and high school, senior high school, and
Mhm.
that's like junior high school is from age like 12, 13 to 15, 16, and like senior high school will be from 16 to 18.
Mhm.
Okay, that's how like uh by the at the time I was a student. I'm
Mhm.
not sure about now. I think they changed to like American like educational system. It's like a way 1, 2, 3 up till whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like complicated for me. Yeah, I'm not gonna like, face that
Yeah.
until I have to. All right. Yeah, then they
Yeah.
probably would change again. And I'm not sure if like I will have my son to, you know, get
Mhm.
enrolled and with that. So yeah, so I'll just leave it to anyway.
Mhm.
So when I yeah. Oh, sorry. So I knew after I graduated from elementary school, and I would go to one of the close school, like close in my neighborhood. So
Hmm.
I didn't really like have to care that much. It's public. You don't have to, get tested to get in, to get the spot. So it's fine with me. Of course, we had like sort of like a different tests to allocate different students like level.
Hmm.
Yeah, but um like at the year like I was in I think in junior high school,
Yeah.
and the government wanted to change the educational system because
Mm.
like they started to think you kind of like separate two different groups or three, like the very good one, excellent, and good or median or bad.
Hmm.
So you like if you were a student and you would be allocated in a bad group, what would you think? Would you still want to go to school? And then
No.
our government, no, yeah, of course, you just feel really like
Bad.
bad. I mean, yeah, just what? Do I even have a future?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, it's so like frustrating, right?
Hmm.
So at that moment, and that they wanted to change,
Hmm.
but it was just a beginning, and so they didn't do like very well. We still kind of knew like, oh, like we my junior high school, it's like eight, they were 18 classes. Yeah, in that, like just for different grades.
Yeah.
Grade one, they have like, so it's a lot of people, right? A lot of students. And then I knew like maybe like a class one, five or three, seven, they are good. They are the good ones.
Oh.
And then maybe, yeah, so like it's just you can you heard rumors
Yeah.
about it. It's like I just wonder if I was the good one or not.
Oh no.
And yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, I was just like medium one. Yeah, yeah. That was really like, yeah. I don't know. Anyway, so my teacher at the time, he wanted us to be one of the best like classes,
Yeah.
in school, and so he had like some punishment.
Oh.
Yeah, it sounds pretty, maybe to you it sounds like crazy or like incredible, like you're gonna abuse students in order to get them to be good.
Mm.
Yeah, and it's like really harsh. He had us like to just if he let's say like in Taiwan we have like 0 to 100,
Hmm.
right? Like, so like 100 is like the best, and zero is like, well, nothing. You
Hmm.
get that, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So he was like, if his standard, like for maybe one of he taught math, but he's like the class teacher, so
Yeah.
he had to like monitor all the subjects. So let's say if you're Chinese, and then he thinks you should get like maybe 80 is the minimum, and then if you are like 79, you will get like just a punch, or like he will hit you on your hands or on your like just some part of your body.
Mm.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
no.
it's pretty crazy because like we do have like some students, they are they I think they probably have some learning problems.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, and you could tell, but I was so young. I was so little. I don't. I have no idea how to help them or how to like, you just say out loud. It's like, yeah, just don't force them. Now I know, but at the time, I couldn't do anything, right?
Yeah.
So I just saw the teacher like just like banging the students, like my classmate with a chair.
Oh my God.
Yeah, until the chair was broken. Yeah,
Mm.
and he was really tiny because I think he didn't get enough nutrition. He was from a very like poor family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then just that's a pretty like bad memory I had, from my junior high school, and then he got reported,
Uh,
like someone reported him, like one of the parents,
uh-huh.
and then but you know it just like someone like controlled you so much, and then one day you're free,
Mm.
and I'm not sure if it's like a very good like situation for 13 years old or 14 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we are being through, like we are going through a phase, right,
Uh-huh.
to identify ourselves, so we kind of got lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I didn't I I think the whole class
Mm-hmm.
were supposed to be like the top, like five, and then like after the teacher got transferred, and then we just got crazy, and then we stopped to listen to our new teacher because
Mm-hmm.
we didn't think we had to or we have to, and so like I didn't. Well, I think it might affect the decision that I chose my high school, because I just wanted to choose an easy way, a
Yeah.
easy like yeah. So uh I went to like just a pretty ordinary, yeah, ordinary. It's like high school is still public. It's yeah, and then I in high school it's only girls for one class,
Mm.
and the boys they are in another one, and now they are just all mixed.
Oh, okay.
I think, yeah, in America, mostly
Mhm.
you just those students, they are mixed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, unless it's like a private,
Yeah. There are some.
elegant or royal institute.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like mostly just because you can learn from each other.
Mm-hmm.
The equality, or like just you just learn from each other. You
Mm-hmm.
have a wider world, right?
Yeah.
You get to compete with them or learn from each other. I think it's better now. They changed, all right. But when, well, I feel like I'm so old anyway. So like talking about history, it is history, but just be sad. Anyway, like I was, playing. I'm not playing, study with like a bunch of girls, and then yeah, that was fun. Yeah,
Do
and
you
then
have? Yeah.
and yeah, so I think I like my high school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because yeah, it was just fun. And then for university, I chose to be a nurse. I studied like nursing school, and then I got a chance to be exchange student, and I went to Australia to study, and I got my, both of degrees, and in Taiwan and Australia,
Mm-hmm.
and that's pretty much the, yeah, kind of the end of my study. Yeah, I'm still like trying to pursue like further education, just like you, like you're studying master degree, right?
My undergraduate, yeah.
Yeah, don't
Mhm.
get a kid. Yeah, that's how, where I ended my study.
I will keep that in mind
Yeah, well, get a kid, but you just
later.
think, try to manage the
Hmm.
time slot. Yeah.
Um, and so, um, I guess this is kind of going back in the timeline, but as a kid, like, what was your favorite place, kind of, to hang out?
I think. you know why I took so much time to think about the answer?
Hmm.
Because I realized that like I only got to hang out with my friends when I was like, you know, a little girl and then who like, played in the park.
Hmm.
Because the park is just downstairs, you know, like you're very close. Like my mom can see me from the apartment
Hmm.
on our house, not house, but
Yeah.
from where we live. Yeah, yeah. So like that's the park I hang out with my friends, I think. Yeah, I think that's my favorite spot. Yeah.
Mhm.
And then when after years I went back, to my parents and just I saw the park and it's like, oh God, this is really small. But I used to think it's like such a huge park.
Mm.
It's used to have a fountain.
Oh.
Yeah, now they removed it just
Oh.
for like, just kids they can, do roller skating or they
Mm.
can do like, other activities, riding bikes or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to fish there. Yeah, how could they remove that? They say it's like it has bugs or something, had bugs.
Oh.
Yeah, they took away my childhood.
Yeah, I hate seeing stuff from when I was a kid get removed because it's like
Mm,
that's like my place. Why would you take it?
yeah, yeah. Have you ever asked me? Sort of asking us? Yeah, I
Um,
think though.
and could you tell me a little bit like about your friends? Um, I guess like anytime during your childhood, like the friends you would hang out with and what you guys would do together.
Mm. I still have contacts with my classmates.
Hmm.
Now we are friends, like from my primary school, elementary school.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think there are 4, 5 of us. Like we
Um,
still, keep contact with each other, and then we still like care about each other, and then it's so fun whenever like I hang out with them. We don't hang out much, like once a year probably, and then they are like just they are all very nice and successful people.
mhm.
They have good career.
Mm.
Um, and then one of them, like there's a guy. He even like he was my like host for my wedding.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, because he speaks like very good English. He's
Mm.
like bilingual as well.
Yeah.
So like yeah, he's super useful. Yeah. And then like I think the reason why we are so close and we bonded that well
Mhm.
is it because we know we weren't gonna hurt each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we know so many about each other, and
Mm.
then we just kind of grew up together, and then like our parents, like all of families, we know each other,
Yeah.
and then yeah, so it's just like someone you can like trust with like your heart or I won't say your life, but just it's really like close relationship, really really tight.
Mm.
Mm. Yeah, I actually I love that, and I'm kind of proud of it
Hmm.
because it's not easy.
Yeah.
It's just not easy, especially like it is from a long time ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that they are kind of my best friends.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh, I hope they will think the same.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
Um, so I know you mentioned you went to school to be a nurse. And when you were
Mm.
growing up, was that something that you wanted, or did that come later on in life, that idea?
Remember I told you about my mom, her
Mhm.
personality, like her character, she really, really likes helping people.
Yeah.
Like just not like only close friends, but also like strangers. She
Hmm.
just like want to help like people who is in like people who are in need. I think she passes along like the idea to me. I I I I actually had like two choices. One is to be a social worker.
Hmm.
I got into the college, the university as well, and then another one is nursing school, right? And then my dad like told me, "Oh, don't be a nurse. It's very like demanding job, and mentally and physically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you really have to devote yourself like fully to
Mm.
be a nurse. Yeah, and then to be a social worker is also the same, right? But my mom, like she told me like I think it was really good. Like she reminded me that if you because I'm not like that kind of person I get attached very quickly, just like you know oh yeah I think I like you and I'm willing to share and I'm just that's just me. And so she told me like being a social worker, of course you need to have passion and sympathy and empathy, right?
Hmm.
But like it affects you a lot too. And
Yeah.
then you won't end your shift. Being a nurse, you can you will just like, oh sorry, bye after 10 hours of working, 12 hours of working. That's enough.
Yeah.
When I go home and I can still have my own life, my social life. I can still be happy.
Yeah.
I don't have to be sad all the time. But being a social worker is, some other story
Mm.
because you're gonna be about relationships, and then it's not like 1 week or 2 weeks,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
So she said like based on how much she knows me, she's like, well, I strongly suggest you maybe if you really want to help someone, yeah, choose to be a nurse. I think, well, she's right because if you need my help, you will. If you need help, you come to the hospital, right?
Yeah.
So I don't have to look for you. You'll come to me, and you're willing to, accept our help, right? Yeah,
Hmm.
that's just why I became a nurse at the beginning. Hmm.
Um, Let me see.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
um,
Yeah.
oh, so can you describe anything, I guess like a challenging experience from your childhood, something that stuck with you? I know you mentioned a few.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, my dad,
Mhm.
he used to drink a lot.
Okay.
I'm not sure if he was like alcoholic or I really don't know. But
Mhm.
he used to drink a lot because he worked a lot. He
Yeah.
had stress, right?
Yeah.
I remember one time when I was in high school, and my mom received a call at night, and she told me like, "Oh, we have to go somewhere and pick up my dad." So we went to a place, and then it was like a drinking kind of a bar, like it's a really local one, very small. And then like the owner told my mom like, "Oh, we have to close," and he didn't want to leave. He doesn't want to go. And then what can we do? We have to find someone to pick him up.
Hmm.
So I went there with my mom, and then yeah, and then what he looked really bad because a drunk you know
Yeah.
guy laying on somewhere, and I had my mom and we had to carry him home.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was really bad. And then yeah, and then also like yeah, I think I went to the police office like to pick him up once, like because he was drunk and he was like yelling at the convenience store. Yeah,
Um,
these two times. Yeah, and he to me it's like especially the first time, like what I just told you about, like I went there with my mom. Is like pretty like a traumatic
yeah.
memory to me
Hmm.
because I don't want anyone to have that experience.
Hmm.
It's just really not nice.
Hmm.
Yeah. Mm. Mm.
Oh, so I guess how would you like sum up your feelings and like the words that come to mind when you think of your childhood in Taiwan?
Mm. I think because now I'm also a parent,
Hmm.
I think when I was a child, mm, I think we had like simpler life
Yeah.
to like parents or to kids.
Mhm.
Maybe because we didn't have, you know, numerous information. Yeah, that you need to make so many decisions, right?
Yeah.
But it's also a pity that we didn't have enough information or knowledge or um, useful stuff to um, offer like those kids, like to help them um, to learn or to I don't know, to grow because it's always been one way.
Hmm.
You don't have a choice. It's just one way. You just do one thing, just like you jump to one spot to another.
Hmm.
There's yeah, and it's like non-stop. You
Yeah.
just keep like jumping, and
Hmm.
then when you don't know like where you're going, but you just follow the one before in front of you.
Yeah.
So I guess like I won't say like I don't like it at all.
Hmm.
So I survived, right?
Hmm.
And I'm a happy person, right?
Yeah.
But I would say you know it could be worse,
Mm.
but it could also be better, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I think that's my it's just my thoughts.
Mm.
Hmm.
And so, last question. If you could
Okay.
tell yourself, your 10-year-old self, one thing, what would you tell? What would you tell her?
Mm, I would say it's okay. You don't have to be afraid of
Mm.
anything, and you can just being honest about how you feel.
Mhm.
You can just tell the truth. You don't have to pretend you're strong. It's okay.
Mhm.
Mm, yeah. Oh, so sad.
So beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah. I used to be a chubby girl. I'm not saying I'm like super skinny model. I'm just saying like I was like, a chubby one.
Mhm.
Yeah. So yeah, I think she suffered a lot.
Mm.
Hmm. Yeah. Hmm.